Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. We're diving into a story that's been buzzing around the NFL, and it's got the Steelers universe talking. You see, the NFL offseason is always full of surprises, and right now, the big question is whether the Steelers are about to make a move that could reshape their entire receiving core for the upcoming season. And trust me, it's not just speculation. There's real traction behind the rumors. So let's set the scene. The Steelers, as we know, have been quite active this offseason, making some significant moves to bolster their roster, especially with the arrival of veteran players like Jalen Ramsey, who came over in that big trade deal involving the Miami Dolphins. But now, the focus shifts to the wide receiver position, a spot that's been a bit of a puzzle for the Steelers in recent years. Sure, George Pickens has emerged as a true playmaker, and Calvin Austin III is expected to be the WR2 to start the season. But beyond that, the team has been looking for more consistent weapons for quarterback Kenny Pickett, and of course, for future seasons. The signing of Jonnu Smith at tight end was a good move, adding some depth, but the wide receiver room still has some questions. Robert Woods, Scotty Miller, and Roman Wilson are all projected to be contributors, especially Wilson, who's trying to bounce back from a tough rookie year marred by injury. But the big story that's been gaining traction is the potential acquisition of Terry Mclaurin from the Washington Commanders. Now, why is Mclaurin such a hot topic? Well, it's because he's a proven high-caliber receiver who's posted 5 straight 1-0-yard seasons, making him one of the most consistent and reliable targets in the league. Last season alone, Mclaurin racked up 82 catches, 96 yards, and a career-high 13 touchdowns. That's the kind of production the Steelers desperately need if they want to make a real push in 2025, especially with Aaron Rodgers now leading the team on offense. You see, the Steelers are all in for this season, and making bold moves is part of the plan. They've already traded for DK Metcalf earlier this year, which was a bold move, giving them a true number 1 receiver. But then, they traded away George Pickens to the Dallas Cowboys in May, which left the room a bit more open for new additions, and that's where Mclaurin comes into focus. The thing is, the Washington Commanders might be forced to trade Mclaurin before the start of the 2025 season because of a contract dispute. According to reports, Mclaurin is seeking a deal that pays him more than $30 million annually. That's a significant figure, especially considering his age. He'll turn 30 in September, and the fact that the Commanders are not in a rush to pay top dollar without negotiations. ESPN's John Keim reported that Mclaurin grew so frustrated with the contract talks that he requested a trade. And as if that wasn't enough, The Athletic's Nikki Jabvala revealed that the two sides are still far apart in negotiations, which could mean a trade becomes inevitable. Now here's where it gets interesting for the Steelers. Experts like Alex K. from Bleacher Report have been speculating that Pittsburgh could jump into the mix, potentially offering an early-day 2 pick for Mclaurin. And honestly, why not? The Steelers need a WR1 that can stretch the field, make contested catches, and become that reliable target for Kenny Pickett. With Mclaurin's ability to rack up yards and make big plays, he could be exactly what the Steelers need to elevate their passing game to the next level. Think about it. Last season, Mclaurin posted 96 yards, which is impressive, especially in a system where he's been the primary target. And let's not forget the context of the AFC North. This division is incredibly competitive right now, with teams like the Ravens, Bengals, and Browns all making moves to improve their rosters. The Steelers, in that sense, can't afford to sit still. They have to be aggressive, especially with a quarterback like Rodgers leading the charge. Having a receiver like Mclaurin, who has shown he can be a true number 1, is a game changer. It's a move that says, we're serious about contending now. But of course, there are hurdles. Mclaurin is seeking a contract that could surpass what DK Metcalf got earlier this year, a deal that reportedly pays him over $33 million per year, with more than $60 million guaranteed. That's a hefty price tag, and the Steelers are known for being prudent with their cap space. Paying two receivers more than $30 million each annually is a bold bet, especially with questions surrounding the long-term stability at quarterback beyond 2025. The team has invested heavily this offseason, not just with Mclaurin, but also with Jalen Ramsey, and they're clearly trying to build a Super Bowl-worthy roster. Still, the financial side of this potential deal is tricky, and it remains to be seen if the Steelers are willing to make that kind of commitment. That said, the Steelers are no strangers to bold moves. Their management has shown they're willing to take risks when the opportunity aligns with their championship goals, and the addition of a player like Mclaurin could be that perfect piece to unlock their offense. Imagine Mclaurin running routes across the field, creating mismatches, and giving Kenny Pickett a true alpha receiver to throw to on third down. It's exactly the kind of upgrade that could propel the Steelers back into serious Super Bowl contention. Looking at the bigger picture, this potential trade isn't just about filling a roster spot. It's about making a statement. The Steelers are trying to position themselves as serious contenders for this upcoming season, and adding a proven, high-yield receiver like Mclaurin would send a message across the league. It would also boost their chances of making a deep playoff run, especially with Rodgers now at the helm, bringing experience and leadership that can elevate the entire offense. The fans, the players, and the organization are all watching closely to see if this move materializes. And what's really fascinating is how this situation ties into the broader NFL landscape. The Commanders are under pressure to resolve their contractual issues with Mclaurin, and if they decide to move him, the Steelers could be front and center in the bidding war. It's a classic NFL storyline, a talented receiver in the prime of his career, caught in contract negotiations, with a team that might be forced to trade him, and a team like Pittsburgh ready to pounce. It's the kind of high-stakes drama that keeps fans on the edge of their seats. But of course, nothing is guaranteed until the deal is done. The Steelers will have to weigh the financial implications, the long-term cap impact, and whether Mclaurin's style fits their offense perfectly. They've already made some savvy moves this offseason, including trading for Jonnu Smith and acquiring players like Jalen Ramsey, who can bring leadership and experience. But adding Mclaurin would be a statement move, a clear sign that they're all in on making 2025 a season to remember. Now, for the fans of the black and gold, this is what dreams are made of. Imagine having a receiver who can take the top off the defense, make those tough contested catches, and be a true leader in the passing game. It's the kind of move that can change a franchise's trajectory. And let's not forget, with a quarterback like Kenny Pickett developing and now with Rodgers guiding the offense, the Steelers are in a prime position to reassert themselves as AFC contenders. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think the Steelers should go all in and trade for Mclaurin? Is this the missing piece that can push them over the edge? Or do you believe they should stick with what they have and build through the draft? Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Steelers organization. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates on this story and everything else happening in the NFL. So stay tuned, keep the passion alive, and let's continue to support our Steelers through every twist and turn of this exciting offseason. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Steelers.